Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've ever featured this particular food item on one of my reviews. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Boom GoBots Battle of the Rock Lord shirt. I have worn this shirt for 4 reviews today now. I'm going to go home and watch this movie again. It's in my head now. But what the fuck is GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords? Well, it was a movie, an animated movie that came out in, I believe, 1986. And it was there to compete up against the Transformers movie that came out the same year. GoBots was a competing franchise of transforming robot toys. It ended up getting its shit kicked in pretty hard by Transformers ultimately, but there was a period where it was genuinely kind of back and forth. As a kid, I was really fortunate in that I got to experience both, and I just really liked both. I never really thought one was better than the other. And to this day, I still love Transformers. I still love GoBots. So when I saw that this shirt was available, I bought it online a few years ago. I was just like, man, that just feels like me. You know, because I will gleefully go out into the world wearing this thing with a big old smile on my face. I'm a nerd. What can I say? But anyway, what am I trying for your day, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it something I've never reviewed on this channel before? Although I have reviewed somewhat similar things. Well, folks, by fairly just happenstance, I was driving by to go to a Krispy Kreme Donuts, and it turned out, as I'm going by, I see a sign for a place called Tata's Pierogis. And my brain was like, I like pierogies. I haven't had pierogies in a while, but I sure do like them. Let's make note of that. So it turned out that I had to do more stuff in the area anyway, so by the time I was done, they were open, and I was like, lunch! So, what did I get from Tata's Pierogis? Well, folks, if you think that it's pierogies, yeah, it's pierogies. These specifically are their meat and kraut pierogies. So basically, they have a whole bunch of stuff on their menu. Like, I'm hoping this is super good because I definitely want to try more stuff on their menu in the future. But they have a whole bunch of different varieties of pierogies, and this one, I was thinking just getting the normal meat ones, and I did have to ask what type of meat because they just label it as meat. But it's pork. I was just going to get the normal meat ones. I figured that'd be a good base. But they had meat and kraut, and I was like, man, I haven't had sauerkraut in a while. So, this is a half order. You get 6 of them. It's meat, it's kraut, got some onions. And because this is a local establishment, this is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just Illinois local spots that, you know, hopefully try to highlight a little bit. So, let's get a thing for the thing. Let me get my fork. So we can do like a proper thing for the thing. Alright. And it looks like there's slippery. Looks like this. Yeah, not the sexiest looking food item, but pierogi. That's a really good pierogi. That's so good. Oh my god, man. I don't think I've had pierogies this good since I was a kid. I got family that are married in, and they're Polish. So back when I was a kid, you know, every now and again, you know, they would come over for like family get-together type things and stuff. And sometimes like my aunt's mom, like she would make like fresh Polish food and stuff, and like, oh my god, it was so good. But yes, these are insanely good pierogies. Like I figured, all right, you know, they're gonna be good, but no, that is really tasty. That is melt in your mouth pierogi, man. It just, oh wow. So good. I mean, there's just Like, there's almost no resistance as you eat it. It wants to be devoured because it already knows that it's so damn tasty. The meat is really well seasoned, really good. The kraut, it was one of those things, like, I was excited for it, but I didn't know, how it was going to work, because sauerkraut can be delicious, but it can also be very overpowering. In this, though, no, they used the right amount. It just gives it a nice little tangy edge. It doesn't take away. It's not trying to be the star of the show. It's just trying to be in there and be a nice little, accompaniment to the flavors at play. Even the grilled onions on the outside are really tasty too. I am slowly but surely becoming a fan of grilled onions, which is weird because my dad tried to get me into them pretty much my whole life, and I was just not about that. But here I am, and yeah, in some weird way, I think he'd be proud. And it's so good. The pierogi itself tastes really good. And then it's just, yeah, man, like I said, it just melts in your mouth. Because I've gone over there. I've never done pierogi on the show. But I have gone over there. I've done, like dumplings, like from, like Chinese and Japanese cuisine. And it's a very similar, very similar concept. But execution, obviously, very different in its way. And this is just showcasing, like, how damn good these are and why this is their namesake. It's so well seasoned, so nice and flavorful. I like everything about these. I think these are really exceptional. I'm gonna eat one more. Half. No, that's really good, man. Like I said, that is the best pierogi I've had in a very long time. Definitely since I was a kid. I love some pierogis, man. Like, they're awesome when you can get them. But it's not a thing I usually think about, So it's really cool that not only do I have a place, it's not exactly nearby, but, it's within driving distance, that, specializes in that. But then on top of that, they're, like, insanely good. Like, that's such a good pierogi. Two questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I have to go with yes and yes. And I'm going to add in a third thing. And this is crazy because this is 2 of these in a row from 2 different establishments. Because I just got through reviewing a couple burgers from a place called Fat Mustard Cafe, which is actually very nearby to Tata's. And I tried out their Charlie Sheen burger, and it was so good, I called it the business. You folks know when I call something the business, I mean it. These pierogi are the business. Like, genuinely, I absolutely far exceeded my expectations for what I was expecting. That's a dumb thing to say. Far exceeded my expectations, and it was exceptional. And it was damn near perfect, man. I really can't pick apart anything about it. It was tasty, it was cooked perfectly. And so, yeah, I absolutely would get it again, and I will get it again. Although I'm definitely going to go through a lot of their menu before I get back to it. But, like, I'm definitely going to hit this place up again because, yeah, that's really good. And if I'm recommending it, I'm absolutely recommending it. Pierogis, they're, like I said, they're kind of part of that thing, like, cultures all around the world basically figured out dumplings, in one form or another and called it this, that, or the other thing. And they're so great, but they're even better when they're just done so well. And that's what is the case with these. And this is one of those things where I'm going to flat out call it. I think that if you happen to be kind of in the general area of, this location, I'm going to say it's a little bit of a destination spot. Now, I can't speak for the entire menu because I've only had one item, but at the very least, I can speak to the fact that their pierogis are top fucking notch. So, if you have that opportunity, and again, you kind of live in the area, definitely look up the place, definitely hit them up, because that is some really good fucking pierogis, man. And I'm a little bit flabbergasted. I didn't think it, after I had the Charlie Sheen burger, man, that was a good burger. I figured the pierogis were going to be good, but I did not expect it to reach I didn't expect I was going to get 2 items in a row from 2 different places that were both going to be the business. That doesn't happen often. This is a good day. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly pierogi-tastic rest of your life, because pierogis are good. They're just tasty and delicious. Like, it just, nothing to not like about them. I'm definitely going to wolf down the rest of these before I go home. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal take on pierogis? Is it a cuisine that you've personally had a lot of experience with? Is it a dish you really love? Hell, do you have somebody in your family who makes some really good ones? Man, oh man, that's just, again, man, that brought me back to my childhood a little bit there. I was, because like I said, like, when you think of dumplings and pierogis and, all that stuff, man, it's just so ubiquitous, just the entire world basically was just like, yeah, we'll just put some meat in a thing or stuff in a thing and it'll be a thing. There you go. Makes me happy. Anyway.